Hi everyone, this is Ali Hussein Kasim from AliTalksTech. I am just back from the Inclusive FinTech Forum held in Kigali, Rwanda from Monday this week to Wednesday. This is the second year that Kigali has hosted this super interesting meetup of policymakers, regulators in the fintech ecosystem, not just in Africa, but globally. During this event, we had obviously, like any other conference, you have lots of presentations, lots of engagement, side side meetings, side conversations, business conversations. The thing that made the most impact for me was a breakfast that was hosted by the Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance. And during that breakfast, basically the discussion was mostly around cooperation, coordination, engagement between the different ecosystems around digital public infrastructure. But in this case, the focus was mostly on payments. It really got me thinking. And that's why this week's roundup, I am doing a special edition only focusing on DPI, in short or in long form, digital public infrastructure. So during that event, during that breakfast, Jacqueline Juma, a colleague in the sector and a director at African Nenda, made a presentation around fueling DPI in Africa, the role of inclusive instant payment systems. And this caught my eye because in Kenya, the last couple of weeks, we've been sort of focusing a lot of conversations around inclusive or just IPSs, instant payment systems, or as the Central Bank of Kenya calls it, faster payment systems. This drove me towards thinking about not just DPI from a payment perspective, but digital public infrastructure from a holistic perspective. Which brings me to my next conversation, still around digital public infrastructure. And I want us to have a conversation. Once we post this video on YouTube and on LinkedIn, let's have a deep conversation around DPI. So let me start by asking a question, which I'll answer. What's DPI? Where I sit, digital public infrastructure is a super crucial framework that facilitates the delivery of public services and enhances governance through digital means. It encompasses a range of systems and technologies that are designed to be 1, scalable, 2, interoperable, 3, accessible, which serve both government and private sector needs. So what are the key components of a comprehensive digital public infrastructure platform? And there are 8 key components that sort of encompass or make a comprehensive digital public infrastructure. Number 1, digital identity systems. One of the things that in Kenya sometimes we take for granted is how mobile money became so popular and pervasive. Remember, one of the key things in financial services is KYC. Know your customer. How do you know your customer when it comes to mobile money, when it comes to mobile lending, where most of these players will never see their customers one-to-one, physically, never? Which system would you trust, or have they trusted, to make sure that the money that is being sent is received by the right person, the money that I spend is spent to the right merchant, and so on and so forth. So digital identity systems. In Kenya, we have the IPRS, the Integrated Population Registration System, IPRS, that's housed under the Ministry of Home Affairs. In West Africa, they have something, I can't remember the name, but it's tied to your bank account. So digital identity systems are crucial. For those not in the fintech space, in financial services, you may want to ask yourself, how is it that Tala or Branch or Mshwari would give me a loan without knowing me, without knowing you, and that they would trust that you will pay back that loan? That trust system is your digital identity systems. Number 2 is digital payment systems. In Kenya and across Africa, let's speak about instant payment systems, or which countries actually have operating instant payment systems. So according to Jacqueline's fantastic presentation, which, by the way, I posted yesterday morning on LinkedIn, please feel free to go through it. There are 28 domestic instant payment systems in 20 countries in Africa. So which ones are these? Let me read them for you. Let's start with Nigeria. Nigeria has NIBS, that's the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System. Instant payment, which is NIP. Then you have Nigeria's mobile money ecosystem. And you have the e-Naira. Guys, the e-Naira, that's the only central bank digital currency in Africa. Sorry, the only one of only 2. The other one is the ECD in Ghana. In Egypt, they have an instant payment network system, and they have Misa Digital. In Ethiopia, they have ETH Switch. In Kenya, we have PesaLink. Yes, PesaLink is an instant payment system. And of course, we have Kenya's mobile money ecosystem. In Tanzania, we have the Tanzania instant payment system, and so on. So 28 domestic IPSs in 20 countries. These other countries include Madagascar, Mauritius, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Rwanda, Lesotho, South Africa, Zambia, Angola, Uganda, Ghana, Gambia, Morocco, and Tunisia. So out of 54 African countries, we only have 20 countries that have instant payment systems. So that's less than 50%. So let's go back to the holistic conversation around digital public infrastructure. So now we know what digital identity systems are all about and why they're crucial for a DPI to be comprehensive. Then we have the digital payment systems. The third one, we have data exchange protocols. And these protocols, they simply enable the secure sharing of data across different platforms and services, ensuring that individuals do not need repeatedly to enter their information for various applications. And there's an interesting example here. Estonia's, and we'll come back to this small country that punches like 10,000 its weight when it comes to digital e-government and digital systems. Estonia's X-Road system exemplifies a robust data exchange framework that supports numerous e-services by allowing secure data sharing among government entities. Now, this is all about data. Now, before we even go further, people need to be clear that their data is safe. So a framework around data protection and privacy is crucial to ensure that a digital public infrastructure is trusted. So, for example, in Kenya, we have the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, ODPC, that ensures an encompassing support for data protection and privacy across industries. Then we come to digital service delivery platforms. What are these? These platforms provide direct access to government services online, improving efficiency and reducing bureaucratic delays. You want to guess what example that is in Kenya? Of course, eCitizen. Number 5 is cloud infrastructure. Cloud services provide the necessary storage and computing power for DPI. That's crucial, cheaper, more accessible 24/7, and so on and so forth. And crucial example here from a DPI perspective is the European Union's data strategy, which promotes secure data sharing frameworks among member states, leveraging cloud technology for better service delivery. There is a layer here that we must talk about, and that is becoming a major sticking point for cloud service providers, and that's data sovereignty. Every country is now saying, no, fine, we are okay with cloud computing and stuff like that, but our data need not leave our country. How feasible that is, that's not a story for today. Today, let's just focus on the cloud infrastructure that allows a DPI to be comprehensive. Number 6 is interoperability and open standards. That's crucial. This ensures that different digital platforms from different vendors and different players can communicate effectively, which is crucial and critical for fostering innovation and collaboration. Example is all these open government partnerships and open data conversations that have been a conversation for many years. In Kenya, Professor Bitangendemo and the initial first generation of ICTA, ICT Authority, actually championed an open data strategy for Kenya, among the first, not just in Africa, but the world. How that panned out, that's another story again for another day. Cybersecurity is becoming a clear and present conversation every day. How do we protect data privacy? How do we ensure the security of these digital infrastructures, and so on and so forth? This has to be a layer within the DPI conversation. Number 8 and last is consent mechanisms. That's also very, very important. These mechanisms allow users to control how their data is shared, used, and how we enhance privacy protection. How do we implement these? We are talking really about consent frameworks that ensure individuals can authorize the exchange of their information securely within digital ecosystems. So in conclusion, guys, a well-designed digital public infrastructure not only enhances the efficiency of public service delivery, but also fosters trust among citizens by prioritizing security, accessibility, and inclusivity. So as governments worldwide continue to digitize their services, establishing robust DPIs will be essential for addressing contemporary challenges in governance and public service provision. That is what a DPI is all about. 8 key components that make a comprehensive DPI. So then I started asking myself, which country in the world, forget Africa, which country in the world has implemented a comprehensive platform? And I mean a platform that interrogates and integrates these 8 different components seamlessly. So I went on a hunting spree, and boy, did I not go into a rabbit hole. What do you think my conclusion was? How many countries do you think actually have a comprehensive DPI operational today, 2025? Simple. None. None, and I mean none. There's only one single country that has these components, and even that country does not have a perfectly integrated DPI that looks at these 8 components and seamlessly integrates them into one platform. None. Zilch. But one country stands out. Take a wild guess which country that is. Estonia. Estonia stands out as a global leader in digital governance and comes closest to achieving this goal. Estonia's e-Estonia platform is widely recognized as one of the most advanced and integrated digital public infrastructures in the world. So here's how Estonia addresses the key components. 1. Digital identity systems. Estonia's eID system is a cornerstone of its digital infrastructure, allowing citizens to access virtually all government services online. So that's 1. 2. Digital payment systems. While not as prominent as India's UPI, India is famous for its UPI system. Estonia's digital infrastructure supports secure online transactions for government services and beyond. 3. Data exchange protocols. How does Estonia address this? Estonia's X-Road is a prime example of a robust data exchange. 4. Digital service delivery platforms. The e-Estonia platform provides access to over 99% of public services online, including voting, healthcare, and business registration. 5. Cloud infrastructure. Estonia utilizes a government cloud for secure data storage and computing power. 6. Interoperability and open standards. The X-Road system ensures interoperability across various systems and platforms. 7. Cybersecurity measures. Estonia has implemented strong cybersecurity protocols, especially after experiencing a major cyber attack in 2007 that nearly brought the country to its knees. Last but not least, consent mechanisms. The Estonia system includes features for citizens to control and monitor how their data is used. Estonia's digital transformation began in the 90s with the Tiger Leap program, which laid the foundation for e-Estonia. Guys, that's it for today's special edition of AliTalksTech's weekly roundup with a special focus on digital public infrastructure. Looking forward to resume our normal reporting next week. Asanteni sana.